Hello and welcome back to another episode of Project Oarai. And I've got quite a bit of news to share with you all. It is bad news, with a little bit of good news. So the bad news basically is my computer yesterday, somehow my Windows got corrupted. I'm thinking it could have been from the Windows update that I did the previous day that has maybe caused it. So yeah, my Windows was corrupted. I spent like 3 or 4 hours trying to figure out what was wrong because it was giving me no error messages. It was just turning itself off after like maybe 20-30 minutes of use with no error message, no blue screen, no black screen. No, hey, your computer didn't, get turned off properly. It'd just boot off and then boot back up straight away. And it wasn't until maybe about an hour, maybe 2 hours into trying to, run some command prompts, figure out what was going on, run some programs, try to have a little look about in my event logger and whatnot. And still nothing until it absolutely threw its dummy out of the pram, restarted and switched itself off about 14-15 times in the space of a few seconds, which I was starting to panic about a little bit, to where when it booted up it gave me an error message. So I looked the error message up and it basically said it's caused by a corrupted Windows. So at that time I knew what I had to do basically. I ran some command prompts trying to see if I could fix it that way. It didn't work. So I basically reinstalled my Windows. Now, I was hoping that'd be the end of it and then, we'd be fine. But if you were here around the beginning of Project Oarai, you'll know that one of my hard drives died with a load of footage on, and I learned from that to keep my other footage on different hard drives just in case stuff like that happens again. And I thought, you know what, I would be totally fine. I've been doing that. I thought, things will be fine. It'll be okay. And I didn't realize that where I keep Windows installed, I have it on its own SSD. Nothing else on it. As far as I was aware, nothing else was on it. Didn't realize that I'd put City Skylines on the same one. So, yeah. That was a big problem, and I'll tell you why a little bit later on. Another problem that I had is I didn't realize that I use a program called DaVinci Resolve, which I edit my videos and whatnot stuff like that through. And basically, when you're editing like a project or something that you're working on, it saves like a little file. It's nothing too big, it's just super small, and then you can open it up and it's got all the edited footage in and all that type of lovely stuff. And I didn't realize that all that was saved into the same hard drive. So basically all the episodes I told you about in episode 11 that, we're up to date, we don't have to panic, the footage is there, it's going to get released. I now have to do all that again because the footage is gone. Well, not the footage is gone, the footage is still there, sorry, my bad. Basically the edited version of it where it's all sliced down, I've taken out the parts that no one wants to see. So I've got to redo them over the next couple of days, add the music to it, do the voiceovers again. So yeah, it's a little bit stressful right now. What we were going to talk about, sorry. Basically, because City Skylines was installed on my Windows hard drive, I didn't realize that when I figured out what was wrong with my computer and I fixed it, I reinstalled Windows, I wiped the hard drive clean, totally clean. I didn't want there to be any problems, so I wiped that puppy clean. And at the time, didn't know that City Skylines was on it. And luckily, I do like maybe 10 saves of the game, and I saved one to the workshop just in case. That was like my last ditch of, okay, if anything goes wrong, we've got that to fall back on. But I have like multiple saved to the cloud, saved to the hard drive, and I boot into my game, and my god, does it look ugly. I'm talking the LUTs weren't working properly. Some of the props were in the ground and overlapping each other. Some were really far underground. Like I had to like, I only realized it when my camera, I can zoom the camera totally in under the ground, and I could see them down there, and I'm like, oh my god, what are you doing down there? So I had that to fix. And not only did I have that to fix on top, you can see the game right now, like with that little patch of fields that I've got in the buildings. It looks really clear, easy to look at. It's not too bright, it's not too dull. It's a very nice, not heavy on your eyes, because I have really sensitive eyes as it is. And I have been trying all today to try and get my game to look like this. Because obviously, when I first did this series, I didn't think of the little things like, oh, maybe I should keep an eye on what LUT I'm running, because I've got quite a few of them downloaded. Maybe I should keep an eye on what terrain I'm using, what cliffs I'm using, what paths I'm using, what road textures, what colour they're all set to. So I've been trying to do all that today. And as for this moment, the game doesn't look identical to what you're looking at right now. It's close, don't get me wrong. You probably wouldn't be able to tell if I wasn't telling you. Well, maybe you might be able to, actually. But you'll only really know when them episodes come out, and it's going to probably be like episode 14 and 15, because they'll be shot with the new how the game looks. But I'm hoping maybe that by then I have reined it in a little bit. I've got it to exactly where it looks right now, because it is close. It's close to how it looks right now. Don't get me wrong. It's just not the same. I don't know if maybe I'm nitpicking because I'm trying to get it all to look perfect again. So I do apologize for that. Hopefully by the time them episodes come out, I will have it fixed. So here's crossing my fingers for that. But other than that, the save's working. The road networks are working. Sadly, the buses and the trains, they stopped working. They were like frozen on the tracks. Like they weren't moving. They were literally broken apart from each other. It looked really weird. The trains, they were like fully separated because it's meant to be 3 cars like attached to each other, and they were like fully separated, stuck on like corners. So I had to delete the routes, redo the routes, and now they're working again. The same for the buses. But the good thing about this is I've learned something new. I've learned to keep an eye on all the colours and stuff like that. So just in case anything like this happens again in the future, it's an easy fix. And I won't have to be as stressed. And yeah, because I trying to figure out the colour scheme and get it back to how it's looking right now was very, very difficult and highly, highly annoying. So, yeah, like what I said, I hope at the time that them episodes go live, I've got it fully sorted. One thing I have done as well, I don't know how active I'm going to be on it, because I'm not really used to this type of stuff, but I have made a Twitter account because I was thinking to myself at the time, like, okay, my game's down. The save was pretty much down, but I didn't know if I had to buy a new PC. You know, I didn't know how at the time. I didn't know that it was just a simple case, reinstall my Windows, job done. I was thinking the worst. You know, okay, I need a new PC. I need to go out and buy one. And I was thinking, well, how do I let the few people that like to watch the videos know that there probably might not be any for a few weeks? So I've basically made a Twitter account, and if you want to go over and follow it, it's going to be linked in the description, as well as it will be on my YouTube page under the About section. So if you want to go ahead and give that a follow, I'm going to be using it to advertise the videos when they go live, as well as if there's any updates or a video I might not be able to make at the time, or anything really. And if you guys want to post stuff on there or whatever, I don't know. I've never used Twitter before, so it's new for me as well. So yeah, it's gonna be in the description. I'm gonna stop plugging it now. So yeah, you know what to do if you want to do it. If not, don't worry about it. It's just there so I can get in touch with people just in case anything happens. So I'm not really gonna rant anymore about this. I'm basically just gonna call it here. I hope you enjoy this video. I actually had a lot of fun building what I'm building at the moment. It was a little bit. I am not gonna do what you've seen in this episode in other videos. You'll notice that like I build something and then I leave and then I go somewhere else and build something else. It wasn't until I was trying to edit the video down I was like, okay, I need to not do that, because that is super annoying to try and edit, because it's like you want someone to focus on something that you're doing, and here I am just jumping around building a little bit of that, building a little bit of this. So I do apologize for that. I will fix that for future episodes. Okay, so I'm definitely going to stop ranting right now, and I just want to thank you all for taking the time to watch my episodes. It makes me very happy to know that people enjoy them. So thank you all very much. And like always, I'll see you all in the next one.